Okay, so hello everyone, my name is Jason. I'm a channeler and a Course in Miracles student. Nice to meet you, nice to see you again. So today I just wanted to talk about a few things that were interesting to me, and I'll channel a little bit about them. The first thing I want to talk about is A Course in Miracles lesson 76. I am under no laws but God's. Now this is funny, I was on the previous lesson, but this lesson came to me yesterday when I had a sort of obligation. I was kind of obliged to attend an event that I would have gone to, but that day I just wasn't feeling in the mood to. You know, you have those days where you just don't really want to go out, so that was one of those days. And so I called in my guides, and so they had confirmed that, so I am under no laws but God's. So these obligations that we create as humans, like, oh, I have to do this, I have to go this person is my friend, I have to support them, I have to do this. You don't have to do anything, right? You're under no laws but God's. All you have to do is be the light of the world. That's it. And that's what my guides told me, and it was such a refreshing thing. It's like, yeah, you're right. You know, I don't, if I felt like I was in the right frame of mind, then I would have gone. But to go out of your way to do something that you're not in the mood to do what's the point, right? What are you trying to get? What is your goal? And for example, if this person, then this obligation, if this person says, like, now I don't want to be friends with you anymore, I don't, then that's fine. That was meant to be. I mean, if someone, if that is the limit of your friendship, then, maybe you're not really supposed to be friends. So that was one thing that I kind of realized from this one. So I am under no laws but God's. So that's the lesson, and before I just read a little bit from it, I just want to share, after the Corona time, the crazy times, a lot of things, of course, shut down, and a lot of social obligations. For example, in Japan, where I live, there is something called, I think I'll probably say it wrong, but nominication. So drinking communication. So like that people, a lot of people are very shy, and then in their professional, in their jobs, that they aren't able to truly communicate their hearts, their souls. So it's important to get together over drinks, and then you can really, and that was a big thing. So a lot of people who work in companies and things like that, they would always go out drinking after work. And I ran into some of these people, and some of them, they were suffering. They were suffering from this. And, and so after this, these 3 years, that's gone. Those obligations are gone, and it's good. In those 3 years, it was really easy for people to get out of those obligations, because they could just say, I'm afraid of whatever it is. But now that's becoming less of a good excuse. But the best excuse is, I just don't feel like it right now. Because you're trusting your own heart compass. And so if you don't feel like doing something, sometimes you don't have to do it. You're under no laws but God's. And so here is the lesson. Let me read you some of it. Okay, we have observed before how many senseless things have seemed to you to be salvation. Each has imprisoned you with laws as senseless as itself. You are not bound by them. Okay, so that's one part. And they go on to talk about what you're bound by. You really think that you would starve unless you have stacks of green paper strips and piles of metal discs. You really think a small round pellet or some fluid pushed into your veins through a sharpened needle will ward off disease and death. You really think you are all alone unless another body is with you. It is insanity to think these things. You call them laws and put them under different names in a long catalogue of rituals that have no use and serve no purpose. You think you must obey the laws of medicine, of economics, and of health. Protect the body and you will be saved. These are not laws, but madness. The body is endangered by the mind that hurts itself. The body suffers just in order that the mind will fail to see it as a victim of itself. The body's suffering is a mask the mind holds up to hide what really suffers. It would not understand it is your own enemy that attacks itself and wants you to die. It is from this your laws would save your body. It is for this that you think you are a body. There are no laws except the laws of God. Your magic has no meaning. What it is meant to save does not exist. Only what it is meant to hide will save you. Okay, so yeah. So, and let's see. So the laws of God can never be replaced. We will devote today to rejoicing that this is so. It is no longer a truth that we would hide. We realize instead it is a truth that keeps us free forever. Magic imprisons, but the laws of God make me free. The light has come because there are no laws but His. So yeah, so it's a kind of a freeing concept that we, instead of going, and this is not, of course, a bid for lawlessness or something like that. This is just that these laws, these things that we think we're bound by, these lifestyles, we have to do this in order, I want to do this, so in order to do this, I have to do this, and I have to appeal to this, and you're under no laws but God's. You have your path, and you have your heart compass, and you follow your heart compass, and it'll take you down some roads that you've never been down before and didn't think you would go down. But once you go down those roads, you find that you are at peace and you are traveling and you feel like you're going where you want to be, where you need to be. And so that's my spiel about I am under no laws but God's. And I was surprised that happened with obligations. And I don't know if a lot of you are dealing with this situation, but different obligations that you things that for me, for example, before the 3 years of craziness, things that I thought were really important, I have to do. I kind of took a step back and realized, I really don't have to do these things. That's not important to me. There's no need for me to go after these crazy illusions. Rather, just follow my heart and follow my peace and follow my path. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's my spiel. So the second thing I want to talk about is the idea of being in limbo. So I'm in limbo. I've been doing the limbo for years, it seems, and recently I finally realized that I'm in limbo. And so when you realize that you're in limbo, it is kind of a painful experience because ignorance is bliss in that situation. Because once you realize it, then you think, I don't want this. I don't want to be in limbo. I don't want to be in between things. I want to be in the place where I feel that I am, want to feel like I am in the place that I belong. I want to belong, I guess, as we all do, I imagine. And so I just realized that I was in limbo, in between two things. And so I talked to my guides about this too, about being in limbo. And so what they said about this is that I had been in limbo for a long time, but the realization is very powerful. Realizing something, once you realize something, that means that your perception has shifted. And once your perception shifts, then your reality also has to shift as well. And that is just a law of the universe. And so that is what they had told me about that. So I thought that was interesting. And also one of the reasons that I'm still in limbo, there are certain things that need to change within me, within my perception, before everything changes in a certain way. So there are certain perceptions that I have that I need to shift in order to truly shift. And another thing they talked about was dreaming big. This was something that they were telling me, but I think it applies for everyone. So since, the years of craziness, for example, for me, my trajectory, my dreams changed completely. What I thought I wanted, what I thought I needed is out the window. And I don't even know what I was thinking before, but I wasn't thinking, basically. That's what it was. I was a zombie going along, And so, but now my eyes are more wide awake, and I realize what I want. And I credit this to those 3 years, and also to the Course in Miracles, and to all these amazing teachers that I've had. And so, but what they said is, you are not a victim anymore. This is your dream. This is your holographic universe. Dream big. Dream as big as you can. Make it bigger, as big as you can. So any dream that you have, what makes you truly, truly happy. Find out what makes you truly, truly happy. So for me, one thing that makes me truly happy is just playing the guitar and singing, like singer-songwriter kind of things. But for me, I always thought, I have to be a serious classical composer. That's more serious, and just kind of singing puts me in a sense of joy, and so I was kind of tricked to think that was laziness, but for me that is my joy. I feel so good, and I close my eyes and I sing, and for me it's wonderful, and I don't really mind what people think of it. It's more about, it's just for me, it cleanses me, and so that's one thing that really makes me happy. And so I found that I need to really focus more on that, because if you find something that makes you happy, why do you avoid doing it? And that's what they had told me. Why do you always avoid something that makes you happy? And so, yes, that's the thing for everyone too. Don't avoid what makes you happy. Follow it. Just keep going down whatever makes you happy. And dream big, dream real big, because you can create it all. You're not a victim. You can create whatever you want to create. You are amazing creators, and this is your holographic universe. It's yours. And that was their advice, and so I'm giving it to you. So yes, and so then I would just, oh, by the way, I was walking in the sun today, so I'm really sunburnt, so yes, so I will call in the guides and see if they have anything else to add to this. So here we go. We are the Hathors, and we are here, and we are with you, and we are always with you. And we are sending you the vibration of love and of peace, and of finding your path, and of finding your vibration, of finding what makes you truly happy, because that is where you need to be. Whatever makes you truly happy is your connection, your atonement, your at-one-ment with God. That is the message. That is the message to your heart compass. Whatever makes you truly happy is your oneness with God. And your oneness with God means your oneness with everyone. So, for example, for this being here, his oneness with God, the thing that makes him feel the most connected is this singing and playing, singing his songs, and it makes him feel the most connected. So that is his connection with God, and then it is also his connection with you, as is his channeling, as is us coming through. This is something else that this being does truly love, the feeling when we come through, the feeling afterwards. He feels elated, his energy has risen, his frequency has risen. So we implore you all to find out what makes you truly happy, because there's no reason to be in limbo anymore. Once you realize that you're in limbo, there's no reason to do the dance. There's no reason to do the dance anymore, because you are free. You are free. You are free beings, and you are able to create the reality that you would love to create. And do not feel guilty about that reality. Follow your heart. If it makes you feel good, do it. And now we're not talking about a physical gratification here. We're talking about a deep sense of peace, a deep feeling of, this is it. This is what I need to do. This is what we're talking. Not something that is a short-lived experience, but something that when you do it, it just feels so right, and you could just keep going forever, and you feel that peace, and that peace lingers with you afterwards. This is what we're talking about, and we implore all of you to find that peace and find out what makes you truly happy, because that is your atonement, that is your at-one-ment, that is your connection with God, and your connection with all of us, and connection with everyone. So with love and peace, we are the Hathors. Okay. So, yeah. All right, guys. So thank you very much. Ciao.